All right, K-Rock, Middle-Atlantic Rock Reviews, Marmy Rock Show, and it has been about a year since we had Carving Out Fiction out of York, PA. I've got my equipment working right now, so they just came off the stage. Guys, welcome back to the show.
How's it going? Whoop.
So, it's been a year, so catch us up with everything the band's had going on in the past year.
Well, not so much the band, but I did get married, not to toot my own horn. And with that, gained 35 pounds, so hell yeah.
So, Cameron took the bride's last name, so he's Cameron Connolly.
You don't see much of that these days.
Support him.
So, musically, what's the band been up to over the past year?
With the addition of Sean being our band for over a year now, musically it's just taken it to a different level. I mean, his talent it's great. So we're, yes. We've been taking our time.
I'm gonna cry.
A lower level.
Lower.
It's a different level. It's way low.
An older level. 42 years young.
What? But he's the skinniest guy in the damn band, though.
Yeah. We inherited age, but we lost weight when Sean. But no, we've been writing a lot, and we're taking our time.
So I noticed just recently you re-released the first album to the digital world. Tell us about the decision to do that and what it's all about.
Well, the first album, basically the first two Carving Out Fiction albums were me just going into a studio for shits and just seeing if I could lay down, guitar, drums, bass, and vocals and stuff like that. So a lot of people gave me some good feedback. I thought like vocally I was a little bit amateur, so I didn't want to release it digitally for a long time, but everybody's like, I like listening to this one, so I was like, you know what, maybe I'll release it. So far it's been getting some good feedback.
So I was prepping for this interview, going back through your catalog and all. I was listening to part of the Four Killers album. So let people know, is that album specifically about four killers?
Well, it started off as kind of like a concept album, whereas it's the first half is what you know, the Four Killers Part 1, the fighter and the fisherman. So I guess essentially it's kind of about them.
Yeah, there's only two killers on that.
Yeah,
the fighter and the fisherman.
It's fighter and fisherman, but it's not necessarily people that go out and kill. It's more or less they're in roles or jobs that could kill themselves, really.
So this summer you released a single, My Ship and Sea of Giants. It's a free download. A lot of bands are doing that now. It seems to be the new thing is to kind of put out singles, and not just because it's a new thing, but the new business model. Is that some direction that you guys are kind of going?
It's definitely the easiest thing to do. So answer yes, we might start doing that.
It's easy. We like the easy route. That's
in the digital world, it makes a lot of sense. I talked to a lot of bands about this. People don't walk to the record store anymore. They're going to pick and choose what they want off of an album. So
I think it's a shame though that they don't. I really miss going to the record store. I used to find so much great shit, and now, if you're online and you're trying to sift through like you did at the record store, looking through everything, there's so much out there that it's hard to find what you're really looking for,
Yeah. Now, I can't remember, I hope I didn't ask you this last time, but if I did, we got a lot of new listeners to this show, and it's probably worth talking about. Your video for Johnny Bit Me, looks like a mini horror film. I mean, this thing was like, The Walking Dead before The Walking Dead. So tell us about the making of that video.
Johnny, you bit us.
Yeah, it's about Johnny.
It's not really about me, but I'm not even the one that said the end of the name. But we were looking for something creepy and zombie looking. I wore a lot of makeup the whole day. It was horrible. I had to close my eye for like 12 hours.
Yeah, they put us in these contacts and they hurt the shit out of your eyes. And
I spent like 12.
Thanks, Tony Palm III.
I spent like maybe an hour just getting one contact in my eye, and it was horrible.
Tony Palm III of Tony Palm Productions.
But it all came together pretty good. I like the music video a lot.
Now, when you were filming that thing, were there people around? Were people like watching you all do this?
There's a scene where cars drove by, like we were standing on the side of the road, about ready to run across it, and it was kind of busy. It was not rush hour. It's very kind of like rural area, but there's definitely enough cars that drove by where everybody just turned their heads, just like, what the heck is this?
I would start walking by some of them just to creep them out, and it was working.
Props to Cameron, and I'm just gonna give myself props on this one because in that video, Cameron had to swim underwater.
Oh wow!
And
this is in October.
Yeah, and they had to like get the shot, so he kept doing it. And then they buried me under all this sawdust shit stuff, and there were spiders crawling my face and everything.
You're like, is it done yet?
Yeah,
gotta get out.
That was a pain in the ass.
And there's a part where I run down the hill, Oh man, it was a beautiful scene, right? So I'm running down this hill, and right at the bottom of it, it kind of goes up a little bit. Well, I ate shit, and I just did like a perfect somersault, and I got back up. I just kept going like nothing happened, and I'm standing at the ending point, and I'm like, can we cut? Did you get it? And the guy's like, yeah, I cut like 5 seconds ago. I was like, oh. Totally missed it.
No, that's something we need to do more. We need to do more videos like that, just because of it's cool making that. It's like an artistic thing. It's just fun to do.
It came out really well. I mean, you see a lot of bands that just would never put that effort into it. So this is a meaningless question, but I had to ask because I was going through your page trying to prep, and I saw a weird picture with some llamas. Who wants to tell me about the llama picture?
So we were Joe and I were recording at that particular time the music video for A Link for Every Ganon, and if you don't know what song that is, it's the one about Zelda, The Legend of Zelda, and so we kind of dressed up as secret agents. This is like a prequel to Zelda, so we're getting these things to ship off to the Hyrulean world where Zelda takes place.
We're a bunch of nerds.
Yeah. so where we were, there's these solar panels, and they have llamas in there to cut the
Actually,
they eat the grass. Alpacas. Tomato. So we just wanted to pose for a picture in our suits. And then all of a sudden, these alpacas just perk up, and they're like positioned perfectly right behind us. So I was like, "That is awesome."
And if you look at that photo really closely, there's another alpaca, like a third alpaca, that's like photobombing the picture, and he's just going apeshit. Like he's just like jarring.
They kind of look like John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that's what we were going for.
Yeah.
Well, you got an album cover ready to go right there if you ever need one. So you just gotta name the album Alpacas or something. So, hey, you guys have been a band for a long time. So, have you had that moment where it's wow, I'm sharing the stage with, and is there one band in particular that you had that moment with?
I would say the first time that I felt like, oh my, holy shit, was we opened for Taproot one time, and that. When I was in college, I remember playing their first album, and the single was Again and Again, and I was like, man, these guys are awesome. And when they came out on stage, they said, everybody, give some love for Carving Out Fiction. So the lead singer of Taproot mentions our band, and it was just, that was awesome. That was a good feeling.
Anybody else have a different one, or you all kind of agree?
A band called Nothing More when we opened up for them at the Chameleon Club. They kind of did the same thing, announced us, and they were awesome. They're a good band to open up for. Very nice guys.
Yeah,
they're a real deal.
I would say mine is Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
Oh wow.
Their single Face Down came out when I was in the middle school, and every morning we had to watch Channel 1 News, which is just something that middle schoolers have to watch. And Ronnie Winter was actually on there for an interview, and it was about that single and about the abuse and everything. And I was like, man, this dude's pretty cool. He's pretty laid back. And then fast forward a decade, it's like I am sharing the stage with him. It's pretty wild.
And we opened for the Misfits one time. And,
that's cool.
And I would say, awesome. Yeah, that was a while ago, but it was funny too because we go on stage and everybody's in makeup. Like everybody, not us, everybody else is in makeup.
Yeah, in the audience.
And I was like, are they gonna like? No, their fans were amazing. They were very supportive. They love local music, so that was a great show too.
Anybody for you?
Probably John 5, I think, because not just like what he does on his own, but everything he's had his hands in, with Rob Zombie and the Manson stuff and all the stuff he's done, like that's pretty awe-inspiring. He's been on tons of records and done some awesome things, and he's an amazing guitar player. And he plays Telecasters like I do. It's just a cool thing.
So, hey, one more thing before I let you go. You're a York, Pennsylvania band. I know you've got a following up here in this Western Maryland, Western PA thing, but, we're close to the 717 code. You guys are 717 Music Award winners in the past. Tell folks about the York, Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Lancaster scene.
It's awesome.
It doesn't get the credit it deserves. There's a lot of super talented bands out there that really just need, they're so close to just breaking out.
Yeah. This could turn into like a Seattle type of thing if there would be somebody who could, if it would have been 20 years earlier, 15 years earlier, before the digital age kind of, I would almost say messed things up. It made it a lot different, and somebody was willing to put the time and effort and money into it. Like, there's so many great bands I can name, just 50 of them right now probably.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and it's really cool. Like that you get to see all this great entertainment. If you want to, if you want to get out, it's there. And it blows my mind if people don't.
We brag about it all the time. It's right in our backyard. So, hey, Carving Out Fiction, everybody. We appreciate you guys taking the time to be with us again. Another great show. And seems like even though we're located, down the road in Lancaster from you guys, we always see you out in Western Maryland.
2 hours away.
So we'll have to do something about that. Guys, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having us, man.